Mamu ina kwaba the bank assertive for saying the back ya bra assistance na Addo Dankwa Fado ne Dr. Haj Mamdu Bamia ewa abemu no de drip machines and as a drip initiative at the buyer from a district roads improvement project I trying to find a drip and I'm the buyer since ya kwan access in rural regions ni na no kofa machines we bas this is bulldozers ni nyama we di ba de sisi ya kwan asai na apro senative for nkrofo villages so sabe to me anya easy transporter ma kofa nyama fi villages abakrom abeton senative for ebe easy transportation of goods and services na aduane so sabe to me ebuso Ghana memu ana fancy pressure goods bit say nto jene nyama ati for pressure goods dey for transportation into me afa kanina sana betumi abaya for power Ghana memu anutina ssnc na Addo Dankwa Fado a drip initiative at the buyer. That's what the buyer if when any Mr. Sama a course some time ago, some years back, a course about ssnc John Dramani Mahama said we get mujina painting said drip machines na bian komo seno omofa diesel engumu let for more SS machines na denti and if say sa drip machines and as a drip initiative na fa air parliament and into na bian komo seno the same no ka say sa drip initiative no yes, Excellency John Dramani Mahama appointment a year or sad drip machines no quantity for any asem ketwa. And I first no JA plant and I say planter Excellency Addo Dankwa Fado employ sintomo and create sad drip machines when from brand also saba bonti adom evidence abetuda concerning expose bianca Dominic Akutinga Ayine eka atu na Addo Dankwa Fado so next for insurance yakopon say JA plans so sad the full evidence na ababeto abonti yakuneko tie sema mo kan no betuda.
Speaking at the Government Accountability Series on Wednesday, the Attorney General Dr. Dominic Ayine accused the company of engaging in financial irregularities, tax evasion and over-invoicing of the drip equipment. But in a statement this morning, JA Plant Pool says it finds the said disclosure unfortunate as it presents a partial narrative of the issues and also risk tarnishing the company's hard-earned reputation that has been built over years of diligent service to the government. So what are the specifics of JA Plant Pool's response to the AG? In the studio with me is joint news editor Fred Smith to help us out. First is the allegation that JA Plant Pool was overpaid by $2 million in the drip contracts.
JA Plant Pool was overpaid by $2 million. The contract sum was 176 million United States of American dollars. On the face of the contract, that is the sum that was stated. When we examined the invoices of payments, it was 178 million that was paid. So right away, there was a difference of $2 million. So we asked that $2 million be paid back by JA Plant Pool.
What's the response, Fred?
Well, JA Plant Pool says by a contract signed on 12 February 2024, the government of Ghana agreed with JA Plant Pool to supply 2,420 units of earth-moving equipment to all district assemblies at a total cost of $178.7 million as stated in both the contract and the Public Procurement Authority's approval. It says it is therefore inaccurate to claim the contract sum was $176 million. The difference, JA Plant Pool explains, arose from a clerical error in the PPA's approval letter concerning one line item, which JA Plant Pool promptly reported for correction. In the light of these, the company says any perceived $2 million excess did not result from overpayment, but from this administrative error, and all transactions were conducted through lawful government channels. The official and binding contract, it says, it remains $178.7 million and not $176 million. And that no overpayment occurred.
So the next is the alleged tax evasion of $38.7 million by JA Plant Pool.
We also realized that 190 pieces of equipment were added and cleared without payment of tax. In other words, they were added to the list as if they were tax exempt. I asked the investigators to go back, look at the HS code, and for those of you, HS code is a harmonized code that the customs officers use to determine the classification and taxes applicable to goods. When they did the analysis following the HS code, it came out that 38.7 million Ghana series of taxes were evaded. So in respect of the two sums, that is the $2 million, JA Plant Pool has been as we have made a demand on them to pay that money. Then when it comes to the taxes, we have asked GRA, because under the tax laws, it is GRA that can make a demand for the payment of the taxes. So we've asked that GRA should make a demand for the 38.7 million. Now that is our investigators' assessment. GRA may come out with a different figure because they are the tax experts. So our investigators' figure may be confirmed or even adjusted upwards depending on 10%.
Fred, what's JAPP's response to this?
Well, J. Planpu says claims that it imported 170 pieces of equipment under false tax exemptions is inaccurate. Verified records, it says, show that only 99 semi-knocked down components, mainly low-bed trailers and service equipment, were imported to support maintenance of the drip machinery and not for commercial gain. All items, it says, were declared to the Ghana Revenue Authority and kept under bonded warehouse arrangements, eliminating any basis for tax evasion claims.
Well, the third and final point had to do with what the AG described as significant over-invoicing of equipment under the DRIP contract.
Well,
what did they say?
J.A. Planpu rejects the claim of over-invoicing as well and excessive profit margins. It describes them as inaccurate. The company said all contract prices reflected competitive market values determined through due procurement and negotiations. It noted that the Ministry of Local Government had earlier procured 60 similar machines for 27.8 million euros, which is around $32.2 million. Meaning that acquiring 2,420 units under the DRIP project at $178 million represents significant savings for the government, and JPP maintains that the contract was vetted and approved by all relevant authorities, making the claim of over-invoicing unfounded. Hannah.
Memphis said the embattled Chief Justice and President Mahama, a bold Timupo. So ba obeyine di no ampa what was here ayoyo woyine di Eric Pacho mede ade beto so ma ese eye news card bi ma send the ampa Pacho ameda ase ya no obium kakra be ma me na mahwe kwankwa betimi akenkan ye ade ene woni be nya pa woni be di nyonyo no aha eye mo what say no we Professor Henrietta Mensah was Supreme Court judge and now Walkasa brave said that a quasifwa see what Attorney General and I say abino the attempt to remove the Chief Justice. Now the choir no Professor Henrietta Mensah Bunsu. The ruling no mono and the judgment no mono. Adia wa troye no baby ketua bi na media ba say yenkan yenti. Professor wa ben papa was Supreme Court judge. Na asem no so mu ruling 3-2. Yenti omu ruling 3-2 against Vincent Ekwasifua. Yenti kakra bi ma American was knowing the importance of the preservation of judicial independence in the court's ability to protect the citizen against the powerful in the community. Many are the provisions and safeguards provided under the Constitution. It is not for nothing that judges are required to take a judicial oath to administer justice. In quotation, without fear or favor, affection or ill will. How can the judiciary guarantee everyone's constitutional right to fair treatment if it cannot enjoy any such right when allegations of impropriety are made against the head of that institution itself? The people of Ghana will certainly be the poorer for having a judiciary that cannot protect them against the overweening power of the executive. Another class of citizens on whom